Good afternoon. It is Saturday. Welcome to Summer's Way of Life. Today I want to talk about the importance of gaining new skills and explaining to you that you don't need to spend money or do anything out of the ordinary to gain these skills to teach yourself. So I'm just going to give you a very simple example. You all know the cooking and the gardening that I do, and they tend to be very female jobs. Well, gardening arguably for both. Cooking, it's become a male and female job, but it shouldn't. It should be the woman's job. But I'm talking about other things like cars. So I fill up the air in my own tyres. I check the oil in the car. I check the air pressure I've just mentioned. I check the windscreen wash in the car. I check if brake fluid is full. I know how to do all of these things now, and much, much more. And it's not because, I have got a passion for cars. No, I've recently developed more of an interest in cars since buying a camper van, but it's more because it's exercising my brain. I'm thinking in different ways. Here's a question for you, men and women. How many of you can open the bonnet of your car? If you went out now, would you know how to do it? How many of you know how to check the tyre pressure in your car? How many of you know on the tyre pressure meter, if you have one, what does PSI mean? What does KCAL mean? You've got the PSI and then you've got another way of measuring the tyre pressure. How many of you would be able to check the oil in your car, the oil level? And I can guarantee most of you won't, although it might be different for the people watching this channel, because quite often one attracts the people to their channel who are like them. I'm going to repeat that. You will often attract people to a YouTube channel that are just like you. So if you're dumb and you are living in a virtual reality world, your followers are going to be exactly the same, and then you feed off each other, feed off the nonsense. So with this channel, hopefully the people that are watching it are smart and that want to learn something productive. So what I did today is I was out and I worked on all of those areas. And even, for example, I wanted to add more oil to the car and I couldn't open the actual oil, the oil knob that there was. But I persevered. I went and got a chair and stood up on it because it's quite high up the bonnet and pulled it out. But it's great because it exercises the mind, it exercises the body, and you will gain a huge amount of intelligence. That is a benefit of being a Jack or a Jill of all trades. Do everything that you can do yourself. The system that we're living in now has been deliberately designed, as I said in yesterday's videos, to outsource your thinking. Completely outsource your thinking. It's weaponized the human mind. It's weaponized in women in ways you would not imagine. And the idea is so that you become a dumb cabbage. I would argue that that's probably already happened to many millions around the globe. The younger generation in particular, and it's designed to turn you into a cabbage so that your communication is only through this and that you can't think for yourself. You don't read books. You need to really bring back your humanity to what makes you human again. And rather than thinking, well, what should I go and do? How can I do that? In your everyday life, do things yourself. Clean your own house, women. I'm sure all of you watching this do clean your own house, but clean your own house. You're getting the exercise. It's a meditative exercise as well, rather than sitting on your bottom. And go out, walk, go and wash the car, clean the car, do the things that I've just mentioned. These are so valuable to gaining intelligence and creativity, and you start seeing things differently. And you become an extremely powerful person in the true sense of the word. We are heading for very difficult times. I haven't talked a lot about this in this channel, but I am an avid researcher and critical thinker. And it isn't appropriate for me to talk about all of these things on this channel because the algorithms will shut it down. And that isn't the point I want to make. The point is I want to see a solution where you take charge of your own life and your humanity and your family and your society and your community, and you think of others rather than just yourself. Me, 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 and me. It's not about you. You're pointless unless you are of benefit to others, and those are God's words. We are here as a test. This is a testing ground, Earth, to follow God's commands and orders, which all entertain thinking about others and doing good deeds, not for yourself, for others. Being of service to others, your family, your children, your community, those that you love. And becoming resilient and strong-minded. You can only become resilient and strong when you behave in such a way. It's what you do each day by action in your daily life. What you say is irrelevant. It's what you're doing each day, every hour of your daily life, and how you live your life that really matters. I can't impress this enough upon you. All right. So today's been a fantastic day here. I was up at 5, spin class, exercise, really cold, blustery day, but the sun was out, working on the cars, working in the garden, in the house, did some cooking. And I'm going to spend the afternoon with my aging parents who haven't got to see a lot of me this week because I've just been so busy growing food in my garden, which is going to look beautiful in the weeks to come. So I hope you are all getting out into your garden, or if you haven't got one, balcony, growing food on your balcony. You can do it. There isn't an excuse. There's never excuse. There's always a way if you set your mind. If you set your mind to it. Have a lovely day.